This is the back of our property, the back of our house, and there's a little dirt road that we are walking down, and we're just going to talk. Hey, welcome to our channel, to Goshen Health and Wellness. We are outside taking a little stroll on our land and our son's land, and we just thought we would chat for just a little bit. One of the goals of this channel excuse me, is to share about our faith and our family. And on our introduction video, I did, we mentioned that we have 2 adult children and 2 grandchildren. We live on property that adjoins my parents, and we are about to start construction on a little place for Brian's dad to come live here on our land. He is about to be 89, and we need him here with us. So, but we just wanted to share, I guess a little testimony about how the Lord has blessed us with our family, with our business. And if you're new here, my name's Renee.
And I'm Dr. Brian.
This is Dr. Brian, aka Doc. And we're just glad that you joined us for this little stroll this evening. We'll see how this goes without something to steady my phone, but...
And we're headed into the woods where it's a little more dense.
I'm not much of a wood person, so this is more like a little dirt gravel road, and
yeah,
that is...
your idea of walking in the woods is walking down a prepared path.
Yes.
That's got 4 feet on each side.
Yes. I would love it if it had concrete or gravel or something like that, which there's a little bit of dirt gravel here.
Yeah, that's not nature, though.
Well, it's nature enough for me. You would think I was a city girl, but I was actually, this is my home. He's actually from the city, so to speak, in Alabama. But he's more country than I am. He's more country boy. So, the Lord He has really blessed us. And we are very thankful that we had godly parents that raised us to know who Jesus was, to know about him and the truth of the word. We met at the University of Alabama and moved to Georgia for the first 7 or 8 years of our married life for him to go through chiropractic school. And we had both our babies over there, both of our children while we lived there. And like I said in our introduction video, and if you didn't see that, I would love for you to go back and watch that. But we've been in practice, or he has, for almost 30 years.
We're getting pretty close to that.
Almost, yep, 28 years this year. So it went by so fast, And when I look back and I see these young people today raising their children in church and being active in the church, and they have young children, it does my heart good, because I remember when we were there and we were raising our children, and we grew up in a very small little country church. We didn't have child care at the church or anything like that, so we were able to literally raise our babies on the pew.
Somebody asked me some time back, said, what's the key to our family? And I thought for a moment, and the word consistency came to my mind, because
that's true.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's more than just sitting in a pew every Sunday. It's being consistent, not only at church but in your everyday life. You kind of set a standard in your family that this is what we're going to do, this is what we're not going to do, and when your kids see that you are consistent in it, they become what you are, because they see it. They see that it's real. So I kind of believe that consistency is one of the keys in our faith.
And every generation has its issues. When we was raising our children, both of our kids are in their early 30s, and we didn't have all the social media. We didn't have TikTok or anything like that for them to be influenced by. So I feel like we had really more control over influence at the time,
Yeah.
but you can still have that control today. You are the parent, they are the child, and so you get to decide what comes in your home.
You know, we
and what
use the Word of
doesn't.
God to set boundaries for ourselves. And then, you know, based on those boundaries that we have set for ourselves, we set those for our children. And our
Yes.
children grow up and they set it for their children. And, you know, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he gets old, he won't depart from it.
Yeah.
It's all about them seeing how you live on a day-to-day basis.
But children just need love. They need guidance. I told a young mom this week, I said, children don't need you to be their best friend. They really need you to love them with authority. They need to know they have boundaries, because when you create those boundaries, it's not do this, don't do this all the time. But when you create boundaries for a child, that lets them know that you care about them. And that is the most important thing. People don't care what we have to say until they know that we care about them. And
Yep.
children just want that reassurance that they have a secure home, they have a secure place, and that they are loved no matter what their day looks like.
Because I see a lot of people that think that discipline is the thing down the line, but you got to have discipline and love.
It's a
You
combination.
got to discipline out of
Yes.
love. And, you know, with our family, we set the boundaries and we discipline our children, but yet they knew we loved them.
Yes, that's the most important thing. That's the key, is love. You have to love a child. And no matter what age a child is, they're still your child. They're
And we
still
got
your
another
children.
child now that we've got grandchildren, but now we've got one walking in front of us here.
He's talking about Charlie.
Charlie, Bucktooth Charlie.
Meet Charlie. He's been our fur baby for over 8 years. I got him, so our kids were 4 years apart, but they got engaged and married within their weddings were in 3 months of each other. And I was going through that empty nest, and Charlie come along at a good time to help fill that little bit of void right there. But he's been a constant companion for sure. He didn't grow up. He's still a child.
When our children left home for a period of time, but when they got married and had children, now we're no longer empty nesters.
Yep, we have grandbabies. That is awesome to see the next generation being impacted, and you just want to grow them and help them to know who they are in the kingdom, to know who they are in the Lord, to know that they have value, that they have a purpose. Jeremiah 29:11 says he has a purpose for us and a plan, and it's a plan to prosper and a plan for good and not for harm.
Yes.
And so children need to know that today. They need to know that they are not an accident, that they are not here just to go about life, but they are here for a purpose. And the purpose is to help expand the kingdom and share the love of God with the others in their life. And so that's my prayer for our grandchildren and for the next generation, is that they would just know who they are and be valued.
I find it a blessing that basically everyone in our family knows Jesus, and everybody in our family has a personal relationship with the Lord. So I consider our family blessed. I understand there are many families out there that are not, that don't have what we have, and we're thankful for what we've got, and we don't want to just lord it over people, but we do want to give thanks for the things He's given us and provided. Our whole family is a product of our generation before us, serving the Lord and being in church and things like that. So we're just a product.
Doesn't mean that we're perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that everything in our life is perfect, that we don't have bad days, that there are times that we don't say things or do things that might not be a reflection of Christ. But we strive to do that. Doesn't mean that things go perfect, that it's a bed of roses, so to speak, because it rains on the just and the unjust. Mm-hmm. We face issues in this world just like people that are not believers, people that don't know the Lord. But I do want to invite you today, if you don't know Jesus, if you don't have that peace that passes all understanding in your heart, to invite him in your heart into your family. As a mom, as a grandmother, my greatest desire was always to see my children serve the Lord and love the Lord, and first and foremost know that they are valued and they are important to us, but more than that, they are valued and important to Jesus, and he is the one that makes the difference in everything that we do in life.
Yes. It sure is nice out here.
Yeah, it really is. This is our son's land, and it won't be long till the sun's setting, and there's gorgeous sunsets in this area. So we would love to hear from you if you need someone to pray for you or just encourage you. You know, our channel is Goshen Health and Wellness, and in the land of Goshen, everything was provided for Joseph and his family when they were in bondage in Egypt. And we just want to, we have the desire to live in that abundance, to live in that prosperity, that the Lord can come in and just give us health and wellness. And that incorporates every area of our life, including our spirit life.
I know Goshen, we started this company, Goshen Herbals, but it is more than just a company that sells herbs or produces herbal teas and blends.
Yes.
It is a ministry, and it's out of that ministry that we are providing solutions for health. So we want to look at that. We want our business to be more of a ministry than just a tea place,
So on this channel, you're going to hear all kinds of things. We are about to do a video on autoimmune and what that means and what that looks like. And if you've dealt with an autoimmune issues, what can you do naturally? What are some things that you can do for your immune system? The whole month of April is going to be about our immune system, and God gave us that.
Yes, he did. The immune system is to protect us, but we also need to protect our immune system so that it stays strong. And with some of these videos, we're going to talk about different things related to how you strengthen the immune system, how you keep it strong, and how you block things from actually causing you harm.
So walking through here is very peaceful. I would highly recommend, if you don't walk on a daily basis and you can walk, to just start walking. I started a year ago in February of 2024, just walking every day and trying to see how many steps I could get a day. And that really has encouraged me. At the end of the day, I love to look on my phone and see how many steps I had. But it's a peaceful time. It's a time of reflection. It's a time, for me, it's as much spiritual as physical. And it's my therapy time, I guess, to get out and walk. So
the trees are starting to produce their leaves. Things are getting greener. And it won't be long, some of the herbs that we use in our teas are going to start blooming. I know we've got a few elderberries. Talking about the immune system, we've got a few elderberries that bloom on our property here.
Yep. We talked about that in our first video. We've had some storms here recently, and it looks like a tree or something is falling across the road up there. So,
well, we want you to like our page, give us a thumbs up, and at the end of this month, if we can reach a certain number of follows on this page, then we're going to have a drawing. I'm going to say, if we can get this month, if we can get 100 people following us, we're going to have a drawing at the end of the month.
That'd be great. Be awesome. So tell your friends and your family to subscribe and come follow along as we take this journey. This is all new to us. We're enjoying it, and we want to share what the Lord's done for us with you. Have a blessed day. Thank you everyone for watching our video today. We know that we have a lot to learn on this channel, but we appreciate you being here. Have a blessed day.